Them niggas, that's the bloodline tribe now.
The Booyah tribe really is the blood. Is the new bloodline gonna have to come out to like they got to get? Is Booyah tribe still around? Like, can you get them to get a Booyah tribe produce? Or
that's a great question. I don't know. Like, remember all them niggas used to have them big braids.
They all had braids, but you could see like the rubber bands on the Yami, and they had the glasses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I ain't want no parts up.
They was real West Coasting.
They was doing it up.
Yeah, see.
Yeah,
I was thinking about that. I saw a video because of, I'm not saying we're going down this road, but because of all the Kendrick and Drake stuff, I saw there was a video of Kai Cenat listening to Not Like Us, and he started hitting the. Remember how we used to be on the pod, and like jokers would start throwing up, you know what I mean, and be like, hey, don't be false claiming out here. Let me hear you say OV. It was a little girl. I saw a video. A little girl said, "I want to hear OV Ho."
Yeah.
And the daddy said, "That's what you want to hear?" And he played the song, and she was on the floor breakdancing.
Fam, I have so many. What's going on, Steve?
I have so many. Shout to the chat of me.
So many insightful, and not insightful like I have the insight, but like would incite riot type. Like my takes here. There are too many people who didn't care about hip hop 2 months ago commenting on what the culture needs. Dear you, dear homeboy, if you are using the word culture in your think piece or your think tweet, you are probably not thinking. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like most of y'all opinions on this thing. Everybody wrong.
I love it.
Y'all are exhausted. Like for real, like. Oh, well, all right, if you start with, I like Drake, the truth is, you don't, right? Which is fine.
Which is fine. It is fine.
But say it, right?
Yeah. Be real about it. Be real about it.
Like, you came in with a bias. Look, if you came to the game with your goddamn Cowboy game jersey on, root for the Cowboys.
Facts.
I'm all with you.
Facts.
However, don't come in here with you tucking in your Cowboy jersey, but you got a neutral field jersey. It's just one of them FUBU Platinum jerseys on over top of it. So, I want everybody to win. However, I thought that he was at a deficit from the beginning because, all right, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in the nature of hip hop, when it was Tupac, shut up, that wasn't a regular beat. You still like it's
a lot of it's bad. Yeah, a lot of that's bad.
So many uninformed opinions about this thing. Like, the culture. All right, when I start hearing cultural reference and it's so good for hip hop, no, it's not. It's not. I'm bored with y'all. I'm bored. I'm sorry.
No, because everybody. The problem is you get bored because there's not a lot of like varying takes. You're either on the camp. You're either in Drake's camp, and you're trying to poke holes and show where there's falsehoods and everything going on, or you believe Kendrick totally wiped Aubrey Graham off the map. Like it's, and they spend their conversations just trying to defend that point. That's all it is.
Yeah, 100%.
It's frustrating.
100%. It's funny because the funny part is this is very clear what happened here, but y'all wrong. Y'all be wrong. All right, let me start with Drake lost. Right. Drake lost, but this comment here. He didn't get whipped. It wasn't you niggas acting like the scoreboard was this to this. No.
Yeah, it wasn't. It's not unanimous at all. It wasn't a 10-8 or anything like that at all.
But it's clear because of strategy. He did a thing. He did the thing that we've never seen before. The goddamn 7-second comeback. Niggas drop because Drake might have dropped what is the best diss record of this joint.
With Family Matters?
Right. Mm-hmm. But what happened after that, the counter to that, was where the nigga lost.
Yes.
Clear.
Yes.
Clear. He when the nigga came back, it was so he neutralized the nigga best punch. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I feel like that's where the nigga lost at. He, you know what I mean? He dropped a very, very good disc record.
Yeah, it was a strong record.
And
Family Matters is a strong record. He
countered it perfectly. Like on the video game, if you press the button at the right time, you knock the nigga out. Like that's what that was. That was dropping ether on Jay-Z's birthday. Like that was the thing that did, you know what I'm saying? So yes, caught an L, and then people like then I like the hippity hop dudes, right? The hippity hop dudes that I usually rock with. So first, like the battle rap fans, right?
Oh boy.
Exactly.
Oh boy.
Battle rap fans, let me say this now. Y'all might not like it, but y'all been a little bit corny for a few years. And the reason why I say that is y'all have been in these battles, especially in the building. Like y'all have been jumping punchline. Oh, before the actual punchline. Like y'all been
gassing it.
100%.
Super gas.
It all gas. All right, fine. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Then they like, well, see, in the battle culture, 98% of battle rappers don't make good songs.
Right, they can't make a Not Like Us. They can't make a Family Matters. Like, they not doing that.
No, you niggas can't make. So y'all shut up too, right? You like, yeah, if I had took the angle, I would have took the angle like this, and in the second round, no.
Right.
These are songs. You niggas can't make songs. Let's keep it 1,000 wow. Y'all can't make songs with the exception of one or two guys, and I don't like their songs neither. So that is not what you do. But you even go to one of the most lyrical niggas in the history of rap battles. Cannabis, right?
Right.
We've heard, slippery saliva make my delivery tighter and they need my outmaneuver Russian make fighters. None of that was in second round knockout.
No, not at all.
None of that. He didn't even Cannabis, who made an amazing diss record. Didn't make he didn't do that when it was time to get in the ring with the nigga that keep calling himself the GOAT.
He kept it straight to pen to pad and let's dissect you lyrically. Yeah.
Listen, when you're in what the battle arena is, it ain't who's the most lyrical, nigga. You are playing the dozens. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say. Well, I hit my cousin the other day. I think. With the when he said when Drake said Kendrick is rapping like he's trying to free the slaves, which I thought was very funny. However, that was the equivalent of Jay-Z's "What you trying to kick knowledge?" Like, it's the same, but like it did this. It served the same. You can see those parallels here.
Well, and then the thing is, the line after he immediately was calling him a fake activist or whatever. So like it made sense, but it's one of those lines that I think because with Drake, in my former jobs, we've done posts where it was like the best lines from the album to use on Instagram. Like people will listen to his music for those one-liners, for that type of stuff. And when you hear something that sound off, they're immediately gonna be like, "Free the slaves," and that turns into a totally, different narrative on its own. I think the funniest part about all of this, if you haven't, share any unpopular opinions about Kendrick and Drake in the chat, please.
I really want to hear this. But really quick, peeps.
Good.
Kendrick was never quiet. He's been taking direct shots at Aubrey Graham for years. They've been ping pong for years. He was never quiet. I've been Kendrick. I mean, he got mad that the other two niggas went on a play date and he wasn't. He was actually invited. He just didn't want to go.
There was I forget the name of the song on the Black Panther soundtrack. It's the song that played. When the movie ends and they do like the fake or like they actually give you the title of the movie before they do the credits or whatever.
All the stars, all the lights, something like that.
All the stars or something like that. There's lines in there about him saying, "Don't give me no fake congratulations" or whatever, which are direct lines. The problem has been, see, and this is the thing with battle rap, and I mean, I know I'm old and I know this is how we did it in the 90s or whatever, but like, we grew up with NWA and Cube and Common and all this stuff, and we were like becoming adults when Eminem and Fifth, like, we've been through decades of battle, so we understand when the gloves is off and people are really, there's like certain rules that get thrown out the window. The problem's been, since 2013, since that Control verse, a lot of this has been so subliminal that if you're not paying attention, you don't know what's going on. And then when someone's like, nah, like if you ask somebody where this beef started from, and I told you, you'd have to go back to the issues with, and it's not even Pusha T and Lil Wayne. There's a Pharrell, a Neptune's Payment with Cash Money that is like the nucleus of where a lot of this stuff starts from. And there's been lines that have been thrown out. A lot of it's been subliminals, but you gotta be following the rap conversation to pay attention. So when I say all this to say, when we get to a time like now, where like everybody's saying meet the Grams, that's so disturbing, I can't listen to that no more. It's like, I've heard some disturbing shit in professional rap beefs. Like it's sometimes the gloves is off, especially when you're Kendrick Lamar and you're basically making an EP with like 4 different ways of dissing somebody, the last one being a damn near Billboard chart topping single. We'll see what happens next week. Like there's levels to this beef and battle shit, and I think a lot that's the thing, fam. I think a lot of the world like loves Drake, but they don't love rap enough to know what beef and battling is, so they're new to a lot of this, and that's why we're getting like not just bad opinions, but like an overabundance of just terrible takes and tweets and thoughts about some like very good hip-hop. I don't want to say sparring. Sparring feels like it's downplayed.
This is a full fight.
They are throwing, whole up. They're at least throwing uppercuts. I don't know if they all land, but they're going for it with this one.
So, Cal, you see, Kofi question here. For the audio folks, it says question for him. This is Erky. This time limit stuff. I know. No one asked Ice-T to respond to Kool Moe Dee and LL within 2 months or what. We got time limits now? No, we don't have time limits now.
Right.
And this is the problem. It be the dude. These are the people that are making the circle at 3:00 after school when the actual fighters are fighting, and they do this, throw the punch.
Yeah, hit him in his face.
And you're not fighting.
Right.
Shut up.
Right.
God dang, Ether came out in late summer, early fall. December 4th is when Ether came out.
Right.
Takeover
with the album, fall. Yeah.
And then Ether came out on Jay-Z's birthday, December 4th.
Yeah.
So the two things there are ain't no time limits, and when they say it's more than rap, it's also more than raps. Right? It is delivery and how you do it and when you do it. And that's why what Kendrick did with having that extra disc in the tuck,
ready.
It was a perfect counterpunch. It was Floyd Mayweather level shoulder roll. You know what I mean?
What?
It was mad.
But that was one thing. So I guess Joe Budden and they find I don't listen to Joe Budden, but I wanted to listen to this episode because I know how he gets with Drake specifically. Yeah, well, and I want to see.
Lucky the HBCU season and they graduating.
I've been seeing a lot of that. I've been seeing a lot of that comment too. The HBCU band season has been a.
They're gonna step to that next fall.
You already know. You already know it. The way people are tweeting, they better be learning it now.
Bring the 69 boys back.
But yeah, the sub dissing is not where it's at. And that's the thing. I like where it's casual Monday. Sometimes a Buffy come out. But there was always the thing with the time limit was funny because people when Drake dropped. Remember, we were waiting for cheesesteaks And we were basically telling the squad, oh, did y'all hear that Kendrick had a verse that was dissing everybody? Piece of DDM. When that dropped, that's when the internet says, oh, XYZ has a time limit.
On the clock.
You're on the clock. Oh, it's been 7 days. It's been 2 weeks, whatever the case may be. The funny thing is, because I think Drake made a reference, and I'm pretty sure J. Cole also made a reference about like how long it takes Kendrick to write verses. And I think, as shouts to DDM, the gag, I think, was while Kendrick was on the clock and people were trying to figure out what he was doing, he was not writing a diss. He was writing an EP. He was waiting for Mustard on the beat, like he was waiting to get these things. So when a Family Matters drops, she's like, oh, pop. Like it's because it's 5D chess that he's playing. It's not just regular rapper bullshit. I'm sorry. It is chaos.
Yeah, indeed. So Vin says you had the best take of the week, DDM. Read all of this rap ham.
Oh yeah. Indeed. I mean, no, I said that at the end of the day, Drake will be fine.
Yes.
Yes. The public has very short memories. This is not 2002.
God, fuck him up.
Oh, you got
Drake better hit. He better have a hit. His next, whatever he drops next, it's got to be a banger.
It just got to be good enough.
Freaky ass nigga, you a 6'9" god.
Yeah. It just got to be good enough.
A minor. Yeah, that was the one. The problem is whoever hadn't been paying attention, that was because you could see people like, wait, what?
Yeah, fuck.
You talking about kids?
Wow.
That's another thing. Niggas want to believe something.
Well, hey.
I just think that we're overestimating to a certain degree, and I don't identify with Drake artistically. I don't identify with him personally, right? He's not my kind of guy.
Right.
However, I do think we are overestimating, well, some people are overestimating Kendrick's real influence to a certain degree as far as being able to knock Drake out.
Well, yeah. I mean,
it's because they saw the guy that they wanted to get knocked out lose clearly.
Right.
And they called it a knockout. It's over. He did. The nigga
was in the club dancing to that shit early.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's nice. Mm-hmm. That's nice. But I live in reality.
Talk about it.
The reality is this. And I said this on social media. I said Kendrick is Drake is the Met Gala. Kendrick is the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York. And those are two different things. The Met Gala is flashy, it's popular, it's pop.
Hey Vaughn, you're being weird in our chat, sir. At this point.
Yeah, that's. I know that was a line, but I mean, I don't like that one.
Well, I'm not opposed.
You do it too much.
I don't like that. I don't like what he said there.
But it's very it's two different types of artists. I think as far as when you look at consistency, right? There's two different types of consistency. Mm-hmm. Kendrick has artistic consistency, but Drake has product consistency. And when I say that, meaning that Drake produces product on a regular basis and he feeds his fan base.
I'm with you.
Even though the argument could be that it's not artistically consistent,
it's still product.
Exactly. Yeah. Whereas Kendrick does give you a full-fledged body of work with a point of view.
Right.
Consistently.
Right.
The issue is you don't consistently get that. Kendrick still operates like it's 1995. Which isn't a bad thing.
Yeah, correct.
That's a good
correct.
Thing.
Because when he comes out, there is cohesion. There is a project and he has 3 albums that are at least have an argument for classic.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when you get a singles artist like Drake, you don't get any classic albums.
Right.
But that's debatable.
Wait.
No Drake classic album
classic?
is debatable.
Yeah,
I think
because
and go ahead.
No, get your shit off, Matt Gallon.
The reason why I say
that
that
was a
is
bar. That was a
because
hard ass bar.
I was informed, and because I had this discourse on my social media channels, specifically on Facebook, and I asked the question. I said, what is Drake's classic album? Does he have any? Let me know. And I got a general consensus. I got a lot of responses. Mm-hmm. And the general consensus was people cited So Far Gone. They cited...
Does that count?
That's the mixtape?
That's not the only one that they cited, though.
No. It shouldn't be the only one that they cited.
On that one before you move on.
Do
you think that one counts?
That's what a mixtape, right?
Yeah,
mixtape.
That was the tape though. Like I think that was the one that really.
That was it.
That was successful. Was on that Best I Ever Had. Was on like that was a big. That had some big tracks on it.
That was they added that.
Well, yeah, after the fact, but I mean, at that point, once So Far Gone came out, like that was the one.
Now he was gone.
Yeah,
literally, yeah.
I think we have to look at what we say. We may say because that's a mixtape, that's not a classic, but it is a body of work with original music.
Yeah, I say if you rapping over other niggas beats, no, but if it just doesn't have an official label stamp, I would say it probably doesn't count.
But in this era, what is a label?
Correct. It's
very
this young lady. This is no major label.
Yeah,
this is Gamma T. I think this is her own shit. So in 2024, what is a label?
Fam.
And a label does not constitute it being official because there are a lot of independent artists with cult classic records who did not put them out on majors.
Right.
No, So Far Gone is a classic for sure.
Gamma's there.
I don't know if people
I don't know. I'm just saying. I think it ain't a major.
4 Bats signed the Gamma. I'm sorry.
What were the other projects that they were saying were classic?
Good question.
What's the one? I think somebody said Take Care, but I wasn't sure.
Everybody's gonna say Take Care.
And other one was the not Views, but it was the other one.
Definitely wasn't.
If you're reading this, it's already too late.
If you're reading this, it's too late.
Yeah.
I like that album. I like a lot of that album. I should say.
That album is also the album.
Trapper Drake.
No. But the reason why that is because that's the album.
Somebody else's pen was
the
on.
asterisk on Drake is because
it was a lot of Quentin Miller, a lot of Party Next Door. Yeah,
but that's all of the albums. You know?
But I think that like, especially if we're on the subject of beef, that was the main conversation in the Meek Mill shit. And if you want to talk about like one of the first times people were like questioning Drake, it was because of the Quentin Miller association.
Can I ask you a question?
And AKW said that Gamma is a major, so I stand corrected.
Yeah.
What's it under?
Gamma is
big artist.
No, Gamma currently has, because they've recently started signing people. They were founded in 2023 by former Apple executive Larry Jackson. Currently, based on Wikipedia, currently signed to Snoop Dogg, Rick Ross. I know Usher is signed because that's the album on there.
These are all partnerships.
Sexy Red, French Montana, Jaden and Willow Smith, and that 4 Bats. His project dropped on Gamma.
None of these people, except for 4 Bats, needs a label.
No, facts. Well, and 4 Bats was supposed to be OVO, but
his record came out on OVO. Right?
There was a remix, but Drake was being, and that's been the thing with Drake, because with because he hasn't had the classic albums, but he's been doing a lot of work. One of the things he does is and I don't want to sound like I'm hating, but he's very good at noticing people who are about to pop, and he'll say, "Yo, you're dope. Let me remix your song." It's what he did with Versace. There's arguments. People say people didn't know who the Migos was until the Versace remix. I don't believe that, but a lot of people do say that. But he did a remix of that 4-Bat song,
did that shit with,
Dated 8 or whatever. What happened?
With Future.
He did it with a lot of people. There's a lot of people that
the same thing. He do the same thing consistently with artists that Jay-Z did with Lil Chris with the Whisper.
Facts.
Right? Facts. He take that style for a little bit, get busy with it. You can have it back, but I'm a win and make these hit records with it.
And that's the problem though, because like,
go ahead, do your thing.
Because that's what happened with that dude McConan. Like he had the club going up on Tuesday record, and he signed with OVO. I didn't realize he had like 10 projects that he had to take offline when he signed with OVO. But then when he signed with OVO, they realized, yo, Tuesday may have been the only record, and they wasn't letting him release nothing. So they ended up beefing because he wasn't able to do nothing. And I say that to say 4-Bats probably recognize all the stuff and say, hey, we could get a remix off, but let me put my project out with the Apple dude.
I mean, but the reality is this. I don't blame Drake for that, because we have had enough experience at this point in the music business to know that not to sign with artists.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And that's just the reality. I think the only one of the few who put out artists and his artists actually had varying degrees of success was Ludacris.
Wait. Luda. Wait, Drake.
DTP, they've had success. Success.
Wait, Drake who?
Party is with.
I mean, yeah,
right?
I'm not disputing that.
But
when you are an artist, you are taking a chance.
Absolutely.
When you're signing with another artist,
man.
Because I'm gonna tell you, that is the Hunger Games, and an artist is always gonna be an artist first. They're always gonna have that itch. It's never gonna go away.
I think the difference. What you were gonna say, Cal?
I'm trying to figure out which one of the songs on Party Next Door 4 is your favorite.
The last one,
yeah, because a lot of people are not rocking with that party music like they should.
What's his name? Damn, what is that shit called? Can you run off the records?
The records. You want me to name off the singles? Her Old Friends, Resentment,
Nah,
Real Woman.
It's Chill. Some Chill or some
Chill. Shit. No Chill.
That shit is hard.
I'm gonna have to check.
This is hard. And so you have,
spot, don't he?
You have those. I think when you fall under somebody like Drake, you got the opportunity to write for him, and
so I think that's what you're doing.
Eat off of that,
right?
But also, too, you got to understand the psychology of the person that you're working with, and I think that is. Did he freeze?
No. I was.
What had happened for people who are watching? What had happened was Math's mic muted randomly, but he self-stopped so he could unpause.
It looked like he glitched,
but because he stopped, DDM said, "Oh, boom!" That's what happened.
I know. I mean, I thought you was done or you froze or something.
Right.
But,
right.
The thing is, when it comes to artists in general, they always going to have that itch. And you gotta understand that when you sign with them. And we're all playing a guessing game right now. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I think that Drake is not doing anything differently than artists of yesteryear. Like you pointed out, he's not doing anything different than Jay-Z. Rick James was on tour with Prince before Prince blew. Yeah, everybody,
and they was beefing.
Exactly. Everybody can identify their successor and or replacement. Right. That is in the DNA of an artist. It's the Hunger Games. It's competition.
Facts.
The ones who survive Missy was also always good at this too, as well. If you notice, her records always had whoever was the hottest new thing on there. She always had those people on there. She had great relationships. That's called relationship building. That's called surviving. That's called extending the career of your life in this business, which hip hop is a very cannibalistic and selfish industry.
But Missy's also an artist that can pull it out of thin air too. Yeah. Like Missy's one of the outlier niggas that can.
True. I'm not disputing that, but she also aligned herself with whoever was that person at that time. 50 Cent made How to Rob and dissed her ass in it. She didn't give a fuck. She had him on the Work It remix. So that's just a part of the game. I think the issue with Drake is that now people are looking at Drake as an outsider.
But he is.
They're looking at him as, but this is who you signed up for, though. It's not like he just came here.
I'm going to tell you why he's an outsider.
Why?
Because he separated himself from that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about it.
So now y'all care about that stuff?
Because y'all haven't never cared about that shit. But he's definitely outside of this shit.
What do you mean?
Elaborate, please.
Yeah, I need you to actually.
So you got cats that will who in hip hop is do you see him going back and helping for the sake of helping?
This is the Hunger Games.
Oh.
No rapper helps.
Hold on.
M does. M does it. And
Eminem is a white man with privilege where he can do that. It is different.
He has
the only person of that level that does do it. But keep going.
You see cats. It's a lot of people who go back. For instance, let me say this. We just had a discussion about Nas and Ghostface Killer.
Mm-hmm.
Nas signs Ghostface Killer, gets on Ghostface Killer's record, and puts out Ghostface Killer's album.
Yeah.
That's hip hop type shit. Nas goes on, and I don't want to harp on Nas. Nas goes out.
Sounds like Black Rasslin
with the Dave East shit. mentions Dave East. Dave East gets signed off of that.
Facts.
You really see J. Cole, a young J. Cole says, "Yo, I let Nas down." Mm-hmm. Nas gets on a remix of that. This ain't for this. This isn't to
Nas be on the Khaled records.
I don't want to say it's to
Cole discovered Kendrick.
I don't want to say it's to get Nas to blow or to keep Nas relevant, because he's not relevant in none of these circles.
Right. You muttered.
What I'm saying makes sense.
I feel you.
You got somebody that's going to go down there, bring somebody else up, and continue to help these without snaking them. From how I see it.
I think these are outliers. I don't think these are the rules.
So
it's easy to do that when you old and you don't see
that really sound like Black Rasslin.
So let's say you have West Side Gun.
Talk about it.
Who got shine off of somebody's style. Let's say Wu-Tang, let's say Ghostface, let's say Rock Moss. Went back, got the shine off his style, and then put them on.
All of them.
And then put on all his people, and then put on people he thought was dope on his records.
Right.
And then they ended up going out and shining somewhere else.
My seeds grow with his seeds, marry his seeds.
Hip hop shit.
Yeah.
It's also
they're not separated from. You see what I'm saying? Dude, I hope what I'm saying makes sense.
What you're saying makes sense. What's your cousin about to say?
However, it is the exception, not the rule. Also,
wait.
Hold on. Also, there are a lot of folks who extend their hands later on because they trying to figure
get back
it out.
On.
And so when they reach out to a West Side early, like a lot of these artists did, West and them bought a lot of niggas back, and I don't know if they get credit for that either.
I don't think they do.
That's a different conversation. It's true. It's
a different conversation. Yeah.
Go ahead, cuz.
I don't mean to kind of cut you off or rush you, cuz, but I don't know if it's. I see a lot more niggas from when we was kids. Granted, they're older,
right?
Doing that, but that's hip hop.
Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate the super chat.
That's what hip hop is. That's hip hop shit. This is why you had mixtapes. That's what that was.
Facts.
He don't come from that.
Jam Master Jay was doing that with 50 Cent. He was. Let me put my nigga on.
So if you have a guy that's this big, who we saw him rise up through the ranks. We saw him compared to so and so. We saw them compared to so and so. We have people that say, "Yo, this is so and so's son."
Right.
He ate off of this style. This is so and so style. I just saw a TikTok talking about this shit. Oh, this shit sounds like Fonte.
Yes.
Yeah, both these niggas need to send Fonte a Christmas card. I mean, a Father's Day card next month. Both these niggas. And Cole.
But you get, like, I don't see anybody reaching back in, and I'm not saying that that's what you have to do, but the inside of hip hop thing would be, yo, what Nas is doing when he says, yo, Ghost, sign on here, we gonna put you out. I'm gonna hop on a single. That's he's not gonna do that.
The thing is what the stuff. I'm sorry, DDM. The stuff that you're saying is
talking shit.
The stuff that you're saying is hip hop. The other side of hip hop
is business.
No, the other side of hip hop is snaking niggas. Whether it's Jay-Z having to stab a motherfucker over some bootlegs, or somebody jacking Tony D beats to make the song, or something like that. Shit always happen as well. Whether it's corporate, whether it's underground, whatever.
So we gotta
steal somebody's girl. I'm sorry.
I talked about this a long time ago. Is that like at a certain point, Nas and Jay-Z went like this, right? Where Jay-Z became beholden to his success. So now Jay-Z couldn't remember at the beginning we was getting a primo record every album, right? Mm-hmm. And then Jay-Z became Jay-Z, and then it was no more. Can we get no more primo? Can we? It was he became more than what he became beholden to that success. So I can't go and make that hip hop project. Because if I don't do as well on the new album as I did with the last album, the word is I'm washed up. While Nas made albums that didn't have the same success, but had artistic license and he more so he made art than tried to make hits. So he never became a slave to the success, and he could always make the music he wanted to, which is why that this new part of Nas's career, these last 6 albums have been amazing because he could just make the music he wants. Facts. And as much of it as he wants. There's no Magic 2 didn't do the numbers that the Magic 1 did. He don't care. Yeah. As long as these are good albums and niggas rock with it, he can make that and he don't have to worry about niggas talking numbers. So you make these cookie cutter songs when you are like, okay, that hit, so now I have to make something that sounds like this to be successful. You don't get as much artistic freedom when you are beholden to the success that niggas like Jay-Z and Drake have
that's
been locked into.
Famous speaking facts. Shouts out to Justin.
I'm gonna say this one thing.
Mm-hmm.
As a person, and I'm not the biggest artist. Some of y'all that watch this podcast may not even know I'm an artist.
Stop it.
But keeping it real, like one thing about me, I always know where I stand on the chessboard.
And about the city of Baltimore.
I just seen him on the side of a motherfucking mega bus.
But that's my picture. That's not my music. So I gotta keep it real with myself.
It's your celebrity, the city of Baltimore.
Right. But here's the thing. it is easy to make what you want. What I don't want to discount is that it takes a certain skill level to be able to consistently deliver hits that a mass audience will like. Right. And the reason why I say that is this, and I'm going to use graphic design as an example.
Okay.
When you go to a graphic designer, you tell them what you want. It's very few graphic designers who can execute your vision at a high level at a consistent basis.
True.
Because the artists in them and a lot of these graphic designers and musicians and producers is going to inject what they like and what they want, which that's not a bad thing. But I do not want to discount the ability to be able to consistently deliver at a high level records or art that has mass appeal. Because if it was that easy, then we would have everybody selling 1 million records. And it's not. Mm-hmm. It's not easy to write a bunch of commercial jingles. It is not. It's the reason why Luther Vandross wrote commercial jingles and sang jingles for 10 years, because he could do it at that level and it kept him eating. So by the time he got able to make the records that he wants, now he's in a position to do that. Sometimes you got to do what you don't want to do or what's not your favorite to do what you want to do. Everybody wants to do what they want to do. For those saying that Jay-Z's catalog is not as good as Nas, let me challenge you to do this. Could Nas make a record that had changed clothes on it and then give you a lore which sounds like the soundtrack to Carlito's Way on the same album? He really isn't able to do that often at a high level. Jay-Z can give you a top 10 Billboard record and give you an artistic record. And he can do it at a consistent level. I'm not talking about one time. I'm talking about at a consistent level.
Hey, Dad, this is my one question. Does money negate? No, I don't want to say negate. If you have a lot of money, isn't it easier for you to start reeling out the hits? Because you can hire these specific people to do this, and then
it's still got to be good though.
Exactly.
But if you have all of the best people, what's the probability of you getting a hit out of that?
The probability of you getting a hit can be higher. However, we haven't gotten an album from Rihanna since 2016.
It's been a minute.
I don't know if Rihanna is a good, what's his name though, that, because she also has.
Well, no, she's exactly what you're talking about, because she has the money. When you listen to her records, it has Calvin Harris, it has Max Martin, it has the best production and writing that you can buy.
No, what I was gonna say was her second. She has her hands over here. I don't know if music is still a priority.
It's not. At this point for her, it's not. I think there was a time for Rihanna because they were talking about some random reggae album that she was working on, but Fenty blew up, and I think as Fenty blew up, that album shit was kind of like, we got other stuff to worry about. Then she's got babies and everything.
Ain't no money in music.
There's no money. Well, you know
if you're doing music right now, I'm gonna tell you real shit. If you are indie and doing music, you're doing it because you love it.
It's the passion.
Unless you are an industry, let's put this into perspective here.
Yes, please do.
Taylor Swift is the only artist doing those type of numbers.
Right.
That is the reality, and I don't like her.
It used to be Eminem used to be in that lane for a second, but he fell off.
And you notice that, let me explain something, because people have this misconception about fan bases and sales.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
First of all, and this is why I get mad when people compare Beyonce to Taylor Swift. Black people are only 13% of the population in the United States. That is statistically a fact.
Right.
Okay, that is why when elections happen, we decide a lot of these elections when we go out in force, because we tip the scale.
Right, exactly.
Okay, Latino people only represent in the United States between 5 to 8% of the population.
Salute.
So, of course, a white girl with blonde hair, blue eyes, red lipstick with pop songs is going to be able to go triple platinum in a week once she got enough steam behind her.
Right.
That is the reality.
You know who the one person that kind of breaks through all this is, and that does rap music is Drake. I mean, if you want to talk about somebody who has the backing but can also, because again, like I said earlier, he does all he.
One sec, Cal. Hey, man, can you read this for me?
Nah.
Why not? Peace.
No, it's not. That ain't peace. But yeah.
I know it's not peace, but peace.
Nah. Shout out to Cuz. What's up, Cuz? What you doing in here, nigga?
We talking about this shit. Nah, I think the thing is while Drake does soak up a lot of style from these UK cats and these Atlanta cats and all these people, he ends up turning that into something. Like he more life. You say what you will about some of these projects, but he goes in with a theme and he kind of figures out that theme, and at some point he gonna get a hit. And think about this.
I had to write it. And that's
nobody
cool.
cares.
But
think
says
Whitney Houston wasn't a great artist because she didn't write her song.
I wasn't talking like that.
But
that's
think about
it. I was saying he gonna find somebody to write, because none of the hits is coming from rap.
Not no more now.
But none of the hits on the radio are straight rap songs
at all,
which might be his fault.
He's part of it, right? Which means it's Fonte's fault then, right?
Probably. As long as Drake sent that Father's Day card, you know what I mean?
Facts, yeah. It's a couple months.
Cole, all y'all send that goddamn Father's Day card down North Carolina every year.
Make a compilation EP.
Right together.
All y'all.
A singing record is gonna be fire. Go copy. It's gonna be fire. That's what I like to hear that sometimes. I don't
singing?
like to hear the rapping.
I love it. I love the diabolical rap.
Joints. Because
I love
Shorty upstairs, he likes both of these guys, and he does the thing where he brings me records to impress me, right? Mm-hmm. And he knows
car rides is fun.
Oh yeah. And so every once in a while, all right, Shorty, here, take the phone. You got the aux, right? And he know I'm gonna take the aux if he plays something trash.
I've heard it twice.
And when he get in his bag, we were coming from a Wizards game.
Rap.
This is
they
rap.
Be rapping.
I say
who be
all of them.
We coming from seeing Wemby. We seen Wembanyama beat on the Wizards, right? And we gave the young boys the aux. So they playing these records, and my brother-in-law hates Drake, right?
Mm.
He can't rap at all. I said, I don't know. And they started playing them records, and I said, I don't know. He was like, we'll play another one. And they played another one. And they played very good rapping Drake records. A lot of them were very petty. Because it's very much subliminal diss. I'm in my bag sipping on the most expensive champagne Drake, but that's what I heard it. I was in the car with this because Brother Fam will say if it's and if it's something that the three adults in the car ain't rocking with, hey, sorry,
boop. Boop. But then if it's some J. Cole, if it's some B-side Drake, whatever the case may be, but the boy know about that rap.
I don't want to say he can't rap, because he can. He can rap for sure. I just don't want to hear him rapping.
And that's fine. Yeah, that's
okay.
fine.
And this has been my point the entire time. I don't care who niggas say lost or won or it's a home run. Listen, but tell the truth. A lot of these niggas start their arguments with, I like the boy, but no, you don't. Everything niggas say before but is usually nonsense. It don't matter, and it's probably a lie. No disrespect, but I'm about to be disrespectful.
You can't say you can't rap. I just don't. I'm not gonna put them in those. Styles P said something, and he was like, "Yo, we talking if we having them, huh?"
He also started with, "I like Drake." Keep going.
Well, shit, never mind.
They was sitting in there, and because we've all seen Maul yelling at the podcast, right? We've all seen this all week.
OVO Maul. And the funny part is, you know who also has been on the other side of Maul, and like the exact opposite of Maul was Peter Rosenberg, right? Mm-hmm.
He has been waving the Kendrick flag since all of this begun.
He's always been waving the Kendrick flag.
Yes, 100%. They are on the same number line, the equal distance from zero, just the other side.
Other side, yeah.
Just say, hey, as far as I go, hey, just say you don't like, that's all y'all got to do. That's all y'all, you know what I mean? I think he was coach of, no, just say you don't like, just say it.
I don't
that's
think
you, nigga.
I don't think when you sit down and say like, this nigga can't rap, I think that's ridiculous. Like when I heard Maul say he can, I don't know too many people who's out rapping Kendrick Lamar. Like when we talk about
rap,
bars, when we talking about structuring bars and linking words and shit like that, I don't know too many people.
No, so triple entendres, nigga.
When I see people talking about, this is he's getting out rapped. Nah, bro.
No, well, that's uninformed.
It's not as palatable. How he's delivering it isn't as palatable, or you don't like the way he's giving it to you. But he's not getting out rapped.
Can I shoot him?
Yes.
Who?
Maul is out here think he talking about his friend. Like, I really think like Maul is out here like, and I think Peter Rosenberg same thing. I think they out here thinking they talking about their buddy.
The funny thing is Maul and academics hate each other, but they sound the exact same in this beef. They might as well be the John Cena and Batista. We don't like each other tag team trying to fight for these titles.
Look at this.
No, well, I was gonna say I started this conversation by saying I wasn't trying to talk about this. Well, because
you can play all of the Kendrick records, by the way. We should have did it.
I was thinking about that earlier today. I was thinking about that.
It would have been okay.
Yep.
It's just funny because this will be the third time we talked about this beef, but the first time niggas was talking to me like, yeah, nah, shut up. Don't nobody care about that shit. Ain't nobody worrying about this battle at all. Yeah, and what did I say? All right. All right. Let's wait till the records drop. Wait till they not like us. They not like us. They not like us. See? You see?
Fuck them up.
They was playing it in the club. Rick Ross was on Instagram story and told the DJ to stop the record.
Rick Ross got somebody else's teeth in his mouth. I don't know if I'm listening to it. All right.
DDM, you got that title?
Yeah, I got the title.
All right, we got to start this show because we got to see if you still gonna have that title.
I mean, if I lose it on a technicality, I'm good with that.
I will say for the record, I've never been good with losing on a technicality.
Yeah.
Because look at him. Look at Frozen down here. Frozen always was winning on a technicality.
Let it go. Let it go.
You know.
All that Kendrick Drake talk got him stuck.
I will be waving my Roxanne Perez, a title that I never lost, flag.
That's how I've lost the title a couple of times. So
I believe Janet says that's the way love goes.
Facts. We're gonna start this show. Hopefully, all right, there you go. Your cousin left, so I'm gonna start the show, and hopefully he's back when it's time to go. So let's do that.
Greetings, wrestling fans, and welcome to another action-packed part of All-Star Wrestling.
Yeah,
That's good. That's very good.
Now that shouts piece of the Buffy. Welcome back to the Black Rasslin Podcast. If you've survived listening to us for 55 plus minutes talking about Drake and all this other nonsense, you know that God is still working on us. I don't know what Brother Math is, but we got to get the show on the road. As always, it's your boy Cal. By the end of this show, we'll see if I have retained my title. But it's not about me. It's about everybody else. As you saw earlier, the squad was on the line. DDM, say what's good to the people, yo.
What's going on? It's DDM, the EST of BRP.
There you go.
World freaking champ.
I like
Let's
it.
see.
If I lose my title tonight on a technicality, understand that I will not be recognizing the new champion.
Wow.
You can keep your CM Punk Real World Championship.
Wow.
Well, it is called the completely disputed championship. So
Right. World
It is.
freaking champ.
Damn. Brother
all
Fan.
right, any artist that want to be a real mutant, don't want Professor X all in your mind, telling you what to do
Wow.
in a wheelchair, come to Asteroid M.
I am screaming.
Salute. Brother Man. What's popping, my brother? What's good?
Cal.
What's popping?
We like a smooth fan, but rougher than how the barge is. Cal.
Oh shit, what's going on?
Them clown niggas through. We blazing at they crew daily. The fam touched me up severely, hear me? So when we part, it's sincerely yours. We liking L's and cause on all floors of project halls. Contemplating war on brothers we was cool with before. We used to score together uptown watching the Raw, but the plans changes, the cast changes, and best friends become strangers at Math Day.
Hate that shit.
Hey, y'all want me to tell y'all that story?
No. No.
I can tell you.
You can tell the story.
Hey, hit my DMs. I got y'all.
Holla at me. Holla at me.
Damn it.
All right. Yeah, so I guess now how do we want to do this? I have all right, so we realized after WWE Backlash France that there was a 4-way tie. It probably would have been a 5-way tie, but Brother Math was working with strategy, and it didn't pan out. Like again, I salute because it could have happened.
No, but this was the one where strategy would have either made you the king
or lost,
or have everybody else tied and you outside. You know what I mean? Wish you had went to Dance Fever with cockroach.
Facts.
Damn right.
There's mania. So what we decided this week, shouts to Brother Fam, he found a website called Picker Wheel, where you basically that's what it's called.
Cotton picker wheel.
Hey.
Picker Mini.
It's not the name of the episode.
Picker Mini.
Not the name.
I just can't believe I could potentially lose my title.
It happens.
To a website called Picker Wheel. But
I lost it.
I digress.
Hey, Cal lost it to flippercoin.net.
Don't make me go to the spreadsheet a couple times, because every time he took the title from me and other people, it was off a coin flip. They never took it off some valid shit. They never was picking better than me. Picker Wheel.
Okay.
Picker Mini.
So because see, Ty goes to the champ is kind of what Ty goes to the champ is what I was saying. But the last time it was a tie, they said, "Nah, we about to flip a coin."
Well, that's traditionally we've flipped the coin.
Yeah. We started flipping coins.
And who came up with that idea?
I don't remember.
I think we did it as a collective.
Yeah, I don't know if
that sounded like it was Cuz idea. No. I don't know. I think we did it together.
So I just all right. So I set up a picker wheel. With the four of us.
I'm gonna accept the title for her.
No. Matter of fact, we'll put champion there because DDM is currently the champion as we're doing the picker wheel. DDM, Brother Fan, Mimi, shouts to Mimi who is not here right now, and myself. We are the 4 out of the 5. I'm gonna just hit the spin. Any words you want to say, DDM?
You know,
yo, this nigga when he's gonna act a fool too. That's the funny part.
At the end of the day, the day gotta end.
At the end of the day, the day gotta end. That is correct. All right, without further ado.
No, ain't nobody made this on 2K, Mac. Hey, yo, I hate this nigga.
Hey, yo! Hey! You see that?
not the confetti.
That wasn't me.
Yo, he cheated, yo.
See? I knew. Oh, my gosh. It's not my fault.
I ain't even in it and I'm mad.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault. I won. That's crazy. I'm sorry, DD. I'm sorry.
You know what? And you know what? I will be a gracious champion.
You just said you were going to say fuck him.
You can wear your belt. That's only if you had actually been in the run and then I'd have drove past your house and threw the belt at your door.
Threw it at the door is crazy.
But you know, Kyle, congratulations.
I appreciate it. Actually, yeah, I'm about to say you can't call me Kyle. You know you got to call me.
And call me Taz, because next week I'll have my own championship that may not be recognized by the company.
The FTP world champion. FTP.
No, it's going to be the FTG belt. Put it together.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not putting it together.
So that was our picking of the.
My mind is completely blank right now.
And my belt gonna be the SmackDown Women's Championship belt, and it's the FTG title.
Wait, they said it's a cowspiracy?
It's a cowspiracy.
Y'all spill the gooch. I love that too. That can work. You invited one in. Now we showing up to the chat.
It's crazy, yo.
Because what rhymes with baguettes?
No. Thank you.
Get him out of here.
All right now. All right, that red light is still on now. Jeez. So I don't want to go. I don't want to go too crazy because at this point, Backlash France is damn near like what 5-6 days ago. But what y'all got any highlight? What was there like one highlight from the show in particular? Anybody? The crowd.
Yes, the crowd was amazing.
Crowd and match time.
Amazing. Amazing.
The pay-per-view definitely went by. It didn't feel like there was any dead time at all.
Oh,
Even in between matches, like because they had them little vignettes or whatever, but when it was time to wrestle, we got in there and we got out of there.
Yeah, I think it was spectacular. I think as an American fan, it made me appreciate to us because we have such easy access. We can go to a SmackDown, we can go to a Raw, we can go to a live show. These people support this product and watch it on a regular basis, and they don't get to see it on a regular basis in person. So, but also too, I think that speaks to a cultural thing. Americans are just like when you look at foreign countries in general, and I'm talking about rugby, soccer, those sports, they are just very
channy,
intense when it comes to their sporting events. We are just lazy.
We are.
We are the medium between we're the middle ground between the soccer niggas and Japan crowds.
Yeah, that's a great assertion. I think that at the end of the day, you got to give American audiences damn near a Marvel film for us to
at this point. They were giving people title changes on random episodes of Monday Night Raw almost 30 years ago. At a certain point, American crowd, there's a reason why when the show's going on and there's a main event, the American crowd looking for the ramp because they assuming that somebody's coming from the ramp or coming from somewhere else because that's just what you're conditioned to do.
And as an overall fan experience, I personally think, and I know people going, take shots at me, but I personally think that the overall, I'm not talking about the matches per se, but the overall experience watching this pay-per-view, it felt bigger than WrestleMania, and that's just me.
And I'm gonna piggyback when you initially said it. I'm like, every event that they have feels like it's like a WrestleMania type. It's every joint that's like in European when you look at soccer and shit like that or football, it's a big ass event, and these niggas is barely getting up over here for when it is WrestleMania. They getting up for everything, which is fucking insane.
They starved. They starved. They don't get.
Is that
this was WrestleMania for them niggas?
But we're talking about. They do this for everything.
They do, but I think there's a if they got a Monday Night Raw every other month,
right?
I think we'd get a raucous crowd that would sing songs. I don't know if it would feel like this crowd. This crowd felt just a lot.
They felt like they was campaigning to get WrestleMania over there at some point.
And they were consistent both nights. They were consistent for SmackDown and they were consistent for Backlash. I think Backlash is becoming I think if I'm WWE, every year Backlash is in a foreign country now because Puerto Rico killed it last year.
Oh, that's
we had
right.
France kill it this year. France kill it this year. I'm thinking every year, and also too, I think it's good. Make American audiences
please run them like so.
Wait for their pay-per-views because you got King of the Ring going to Saudi, you got Bash at Berlin, you got we ain't getting everything.
Clash at the Castle,
Money in the Bank is in Toronto, that's in Canada. So we don't really get another American pay-per-view until SummerSlam. If we think about
it. Puerto Rico is in American territory, but it's another place. But it's another place.
Man, if he don't set his legal aid ass up.
But it's. I mean, the press release said this is the first time they've had a show like this in X amount of years. And they went up. Go look at that Bad Bunny intro.
What was Puerto Rico? How long was
in Africa? What's wrong with Africa, Twan? We call it Blacklash.
Oh my God!
They get them Ugandan cats. Get them Ugandan cats to do it. American pay-per-views are Payback and Fastlane, but those don't have to happen every year.
Hey man, bring back Great Balls of Fire.
Nah,
Bring back Great American Bash in Baltimore though.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I'm serious about that.
No, I know, but I
that for forever. Yeah,
they're gonna make that a European show, and it'll be every countries with bees in them.
Wasn't it last year? Wasn't that something? The Bash was where?
No,
Berlin. Berlin.
Well, that Bash in Berlin ain't the Great American Bash. The Great American Bash is an NXT thing now.
Yeah.
It's not what it was at all. It's not what it's not the pay-per-view it was.
Backlash, Ghana, Kofi Mania 2.
There was that one year that they did a bash. It was Great Balls of Fire and do it in the Vegas Sphere. Yeah, people were wondering if they're doing Vegas. There was a rumor. This is so off topic, but kind of on topic. There's talk that, how did they word it? That there may be an extension done to the deal that WWE has with Saudi Arabia. And the thought was that initially that a UFC event would be happening over in Saudi Arabia, which I believe there one happening soon, or there was one that happened. Whatever. That was one of the last things Vince McMahon did, was broker a deal between UFC and Saudi Arabia. But
that big the Tyson Fury fight was over there,
that was over there as well.
It featured a lot of, well, you saw Stephanie McMahon and you saw Triple H there, or was it this? It was one of them motherfuckers.
It was. I know the one you're talking about. They're saying right now they there's people that are talking about trying to get WWE bring the Royal Rumble or WrestleMania to Saudi Arabia.
We ain't going to that.
Imagine the flights for that alone.
You can't drink over there.
Yeah. How about that?
Nobody give Fort Wise. They say, yeah, we're gonna give y'all some big guns. You know what? Last minute, nah.
Yeah. Realistically,
ain't no big gun. Big.
No, I actually got invited to go to King and Queen of the Ring in Saudi. A colleague of mine works in the Saudi government. I ain't gonna put him out there, but I got invited to go to that. But he told me, he was like, "You're gonna have to cut your nails. You're gonna have to take some of your piercings. You can't wear polish." I'm like, if I gotta do all that to watch niggas wrestle, then fuck it.
You can't bring half yourself over there.
Yeah, like
right. That's what streaming is for.
You gotta tell them niggas your name is Daryl.
Right. Nah.
My name Joe. But I don't know. I mean, because hell, I got to defend this title at the end of the month. There may be a situation where whatever this announcement will be happening within the month. I don't know if I can do WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia.
Oh no, I'm not going to Saudi Arabia for absolutely not.
We're not going.
We'll be watching on TV. Watch Party of Fams.
That's facts.
Are we allowed to go? A whole week in Saudi Arabia for WrestleMania is wild.
It's hot out there.
Never.
Oh, that's what do you do?
I don't know what.
It's got to be crazy.
You imagine Wale Mania in a dry country?
Wale Mania in Saudi Arabia.
It ain't gonna be no Mania. It's just gonna be Wale.
It'll be a Wale concert, is what'll happen. The Wale, y'all doing a combined prediction with Double or Nothing? You saying that you want? That's that same weekend, huh?
Yeah, it's the 26th. If we doing that, Cal, you might as well keep that belt, because I ain't gonna.
I don't think none of
No, we have never done predictions. We've never seriously done predictions for AEW, and B, the disputed BRP Predictions Championship has never been on the line with an AEW show.
Oh, okay.
Ever historically, 5 years.
Come on, yet.
Yeah, are we there? Wait, no. Before we get anywhere, I did want to shout out this. Everybody knew. I think everybody and their mama knew that Bianca and Jade Cargill were winning those titles, but it was still. You said what?
No, I'm talking about the chat. Don't worry.
Oh Jesus, yeah. Let me take the photo off the screen for a second. But well, I was kind of hoping that they were going to show up on Raw, because now that they're the women's tag team champions, they technically can be on any show. But I guess right now SmackDown's kind of built more for women's tag wrestling. They just got a couple of teams from that draft.
Somebody said the ref on the Classic
In the women's match?
I don't know. I'm curious.
Grizz, can you expound on that a little more, please? Jade Cargill.
I agree with that.
Jade Cargill got some work to do. Jade Cargill.
Yeah, no, it's a reach. It's a reach. You are correct, brother Chris Brown.
Jade Cargill entered the WWE
I hope not.
ring in February, January. I mean, she's only been doing this. I don't know how many matches she got on the W. I could look it up on Cage Match, but it's got to be a handful that we've seen on TV. 3, 4, I think they were saying on commentary. Yeah, she needs some work.
Okay. Well, I want to shout out a person. Y'all know that's my sis. And she has definitely raised her stock again and proved why she probably going to have a belt in the next year solo again. Bianca Belair.
Hey, DDM, you got the other ring?
Yeah,
I'm on my own against the wall. Because in the crowd, you hear me and I'm way better than before. I never needed you at all.
Bianca. Well, it's actually funny because Bianca was running that match for a while. Say what you will about Jade Cargill. Bianca was the main attraction for the bulk of that tag match because she just does that. Like she's been.
I mean, she has evolved. She is growing. You know, we are all works in progress. But my good sis
that's facts.
Is showing that here's the thing. There was some chatter that my good sis would be knocked down a peg upon the Jade arrival because Jade is presented very well.
Right.
But at the end of the day, when you a star no matter who you standing next to. Right. You a star in any arena. 100%. And Miss Belair has proven that she can carry a tag team in the ring.
Word.
B, she can try to make somebody look as good as possible.
Word.
And C, she can work well with others even when she don't have a belt.
Facts.
Is she the best example of the concept of the NILs working out?
Bianca?
Yeah.
I think so.
Because she wasn't an NIL, but the way that Mark Henry found her was her at track meets and or lift meets or whatever, and brought her in. She ain't know nothing about wrestling, and they brought her in because is she like the best example of that so far of what the NILs can be?
Yeah, I absolutely think so.
Yeah. I mean, I think with their like proper program, there's probably somebody else that they would name, but no, 100,000%. I think that's the track that they wanted, whether it's track and field or football or actual wrestling, whatever the case may be. They want to get those people early and tune them into pro wrestling to really get that a result like a Bianca, but
and specifically their brand of pro wrestling.
100%. No tainting from the indies or any other promotion. Strictly the Shawn Michaels school.
Mm-hmm. You know what made me think of it was really they did that combine stuff this week.
Yes.
And I was telling my wife, I was like, yo, remember when we was watching the combine a couple of years ago, the NXT combine, and Bianca was crushing her husband, all them niggas down there had to come see her all of the goddamn events. She was picking niggas up and just throwing them like it was
right.
I was like, I didn't even know that was an event the nigga throw, but she was in that throwing niggas.
Yeah. Come here, nigga.
I think so. I think also too, and the thing is, she's been beaten, she's been squashed, she survived it. She's worked in a program with somebody who was not as strong on the mic, and she was a rookie, and she made it. She did a redemption arc, she made it. Now she's on a tag team with the person that she has to a certain extent carry, and she's showing that she can make that work.
I think them putting her with her showed that the motherfuckers knew that she could do it,
Right?
Which was dope as well.
A lot of people talk about Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah, it's too early to prove if Tiffany
she ain't even had a belt
that
yet.
level of success yet.
Right.
So while I get where you're going with that,
right.
We're not going to go ahead and pull out the good juice and crab cakes from Miss Stratton just yet.
Jesus Christ.
Is that the juicy juice? This look like a house with some crab.
Her ass gonna get a huggy right now.
House.
Now, once she kill it, then
they got tall huggies now. Y'all seen tall huggies in the store?
I don't want that.
What?
You been had that? The tall huggies.
Is that
How
like
much
is
does
that a
that
double
cost?
shot of diabetes?
Right.
89 cents, I think.
89
It's
cents.
more than
They
the
was selling
Arizona.
singles.
It's
They
more
was
than
selling-
the Arizona.
They were selling singles of them. I don't know. You know what I mean? The price is on the can.
Price on
No,
the
I'm talking
can.
about it's more sugar than the Arizona.
My guess would be yes. I think it's just
Yeah.
sugar and red in them.
Yeah.
Those are
Facts.
two ingredients, and that's
Sugar
50.
diabetes.
Yeah, whole time. That's how you make diabetes.
But I think with Jade, Jade needs
Shit,
to
diabetes be at the bottom.
I think she might need to wake up a little bit. Not saying that she's not waking up, but you have star quality, but there are girls at NXT who had less time in the system than you've had, and they are grasping it a lot quicker. Now the excuse is always going to be, well, she was in AEW. Although they were squashes, she was still getting match time.
Right.
Okay, she still was getting time in front of the camera. She was still getting time with promos. And while her promos have gotten better, she's gonna have to make it work, because you're getting a stink of Ahmed Johnson on you.
Oh,
And
don't put that evil on her.
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus.
I'm talking about as far as in-ring work, because that match was very clunky. And the other three ladies in that match, really carried it. I injured Asuka, and shout out to Asuka. I know this is BRP, but that woman has no ego, because she has been placed in several different places. Like, I think, my personal opinion, I think where Asuka at is beneath her, but she's still doing her job with integrity and pride. And so when I look at that match, Jade jump. Here's where the internet's going to crucify me, but I don't give a fuck. I got a job, I got money, and I'm fine. I'm good. So
loan me $3, DDM. Loan me $3.
Right?
I will cash that to you right now.
My nigga, I appreciate you.
Here's the thing.
I'm gonna drink that $3.
Jade Cargill went to AEW, and because Tony Khan needed that look and he needed that feel, she jumped the line. But the reality is, and I know I'm gonna get shit for this, she is not better in ring than Lash Legend. She is not better in ring than Kalani Jordan. She is not even better in ring to me than Jada Parker. She is behind a lot of those girls. And you're going to say no, but the matches on TV state otherwise.
This is my question. This is one of my questions, though, Dad. Like Cuz was saying, they came into this system as a clean slate.
Nothing.
Is some of the work that has to be done with Jade, or was done with Jade, unraveling what she was taught from the jump? Does that make sense?
That's a fair assessment, but that's like saying an indie worker that comes in and has to grasp the concept really quickly, and they have to make it through and make it on television. Because the reality is, the way that they're doing cuts now, if Jade was performing in the way that she's performing and she wasn't Jade Cargill, she would have been released.
But
And that's the reality.
But the reality is there's been an investment. There's been an investment. She came in with whoever she was when she came in from AEW. So she brings that with her, the potential, the upside. And remember, even before she got into pro wrestling, that nigga was somebody on goddamn Instagram that niggas was liking and niggas like, oh, you seen this and blah blah blah. So she already had.
Are we niggas?
Yes. And she already had that following with her. So she comes and she brings all that with it. Now with the investment in that presentation, the job is to meet the presentation at this point. And that's okay. But it's okay to say yes, we see that she has yet to meet the presentation, but it's also good. It's also okay to give her time to meet that presentation.
But here's my issue with that. And I notice she's graded on a curve because of her star power. Mm-hmm. And I like Jade. I'm a huge fan. I buy merch, I support her. But also too,
we know Mimi.
You're getting a presentation that states that you are that girl.
Mm-hmm.
And in the Royal Rumble, you looked like that girl. In the match and at WrestleMania, you did look like that girl. But the first match you had, where you had to be out there for a while, it fell apart. And what happened was, to me, it showed why no matter where in the booking Asuka and Kairi Sane and Dakota and all of them are, I understand why Dakota Kai is still with the company. I understand why they have Kairi Sane. Those ladies know how to make you look good. They know how to get that match back on track. Asuka can work through an injury and make you look good. Bianca is proving that she's going to be around for a long time.
A star.
Here's the thing. The roster is crowded. It's a lot of talent coming in there. It's a lot of good looking girls coming through that NXT system. I say it all the time. NXT, in my opinion, aesthetically, from a beauty standpoint, has the best looking roster out of all three brands. Those kids are beautiful. When you match those kids with athletics and being able to do matches, look at Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton, if we're going to grade, Tiffany Stratton was in the same time at NXT as while Jade was in AEW getting special entrances. Tiffany Stratton was in NXT. Now, granted, Tiffany is in a different system. We'll give you that.
Yeah, that's a discount.
Okay. We'll go ahead and knock points off for that. But all I'm saying is now, sis, and you know I'm rooting for everybody black, but one thing about me, I don't root for bullshit, whether you black or not. And sis, Bianca Blair carried you. Asuka and Kairi Sane got that match back on track.
And that's okay. Yeah. I think the end of that match was the only part that looked a little rough. For the most part, that match was fine.
I forgot what happened. That was a match where there was a moment where Kairi hit a move on Jade and tried to pin her, but the ref reminded Kairi that she wasn't the legal woman, and there was like an awkward. I guess not only the crowd picked it up, but then there was like it kind of killed the match for a second. But
it got weird.
What can you do? And I will say this to the people in the chat who are saying that Jade needs to be on the house show loop, and that's why, for all the reasons that everybody's been outlining, that Jade is in a tag team with Bianca where they're the tag team champions. She's going to be on that house show loop working with Bianca Belair, probably with Damage Control, or she's got the match on SmackDown with Piper Niven for the Queen of the Ring tournament. Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, they'll probably work with them or with other team at the house shows. Like, they're going to be working on her throughout this year to try and get her to a WrestleMania status at a certain point.
But not to hog the conversation, Cal, because you know I can go in when I'm passionate about something, right? But here's where I'm looking out for Jade. I don't want it to become a situation where she's in matches with women who are far greater than her and they're losing to her and she's not looking good. Because what that does is that is going to cause the crowd, both her supporters and detractors, to turn on her. And once you get a turn like that, that's going to be hard to come back from.
But that's also going to have to do with booking and producing those matches too, because you work to people's strengths. The strengths. Work to their strengths.
True, T. But I think here's the thing. In the 90s and 80s, even in the early 2000s to a certain degree, you could do that and the crowd wouldn't care. Today's wrestling audience is too knowledgeable about the behind the scenes, how it works. They don't watch 800 episodes of Dark Side of the Ring. They've heard the stories about Luna Vachon having a job for Sable. They're too informed now. So you can't hide people like you used to be able to hide people because now.
Everybody's on the clock.
At the end, when you chopped out a little bit.
Oh yeah, I don't know what happened. I think it might have been Streamlabs because we all went crazy.
So not Chris Brown has a pretty good question here. What is a reasonable expectation time wise for us to see progress?
Shit, I would say September. I would say September.
What is it? This right now is May.
It's May.
June.
Somebody said
4 months.
You probably did.
Jay cut in.
There was a storm coming. She hit the lightning bolt.
Outstanding.
4 more months. It will be a year.
November. Well, yeah, I think my hope is that she's gonna be wrestling. Yeah. She got these titles. She need to be on them house shows defending them titles right now. It's the best, and she's not. It's not like having a singles title where she's got to work the whole match. She could watch and observe and then go in there and do her damn thing. This is I don't want to say it's a perfect thing for her. It's probably one of the best things they can do for her right now.
They got to be careful though, because they got them cursed belts. Them belts is cursed. I don't care what nobody.
Belts are cursed.
That's them cursed belts. I didn't want them to have them in the first place.
I think them getting the belts is what's going to break the curse.
All right.
Because that's who lost the belts for them to be cursed.
Mad niggas. Everybody.
No, it was one specific.
You saying Sasha and Naomi?
It was Sasha and Naomi, right?
They didn't lose them. They gave them back.
That was the
whole situation, right? Yeah.
It was cursed before that. The belts been
Sasha and Bailey.
Yes, they've been terrible because it was injuries that always surrounded them belts. Them belts cursed, man.
Or
I hate them.
They get the women, they'll be the tag champions, but then they'll immediately start putting them in the matches where they're looking for a world title as a tag champion.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm happy that Bianca got the belt because I need her to have every belt so she can be that champion. We need to get her down to NXT so she can get that belt. She truthfully should have had that belt, but whatever. But honestly, I'm a Bianca Belair stan. Y'all already know that. So I'm always thinking about my girl first. I want her out of this tag team as quickly as possible.
Now that might get her right there.
I want her out of this. I want her to be in it long enough. If she going to do the heel thing, sis, let's go ahead and do the heel thing. But I do not want her holding this belt long. I want her out of this because.
But if she's doing a heel thing, she's going to have to lose, right?
She would have to lose if I was fantasy booking this. I would have them lose and it'd be Jade's fault.
But what I'm saying is she would have to lose to Jade.
You talking about at WrestleMania?
In the program. When she turns on her, she's gonna have to lose in the program, right?
Yes.
And that's fine. I don't mind her taking that L. I don't mind her taking that L. No, please. I mean, I want my sister to have a kid, but not now. But I mean,
Yes. Sorry.
if she take the L to Jade in the interest of the storyline, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. If it leads to an evolution of the Bianca Belair character. But my sis is doing her community service work right now. She's always been a steward. Okay. And this is why I love her. But I'm not trying to see this go on for forever. It was cute. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to be honest with you. And I swear to God, I want to be clear. I'm not going in on Jade Cargill, but I'm always going to be fair and to the point.
You've
okay.
been going on Jade Cargill for the last 25 minutes. Keep going.
Hey,
No
it
shit.
is what it is. But the Royal Rumble appearance gave me hope.
Mm-hmm.
The WrestleMania appearance, while it was very ABC 1, 2, 3, I was like, all right, she's understanding how to do it to get it done enough. This tag match, even though it's only one match, it concerned me. And the reason why is because she hasn't built up enough cachet with the audience to say, oh, that was just a one bad match. You know, if AJ Styles has one bad match, it's AJ fucking Styles. If Charlotte has a bad match, it's Charlotte. Hell, if Liv Morgan has a bad match, even though I don't care for her, Liv Morgan, she's decent. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny you mention AJ Styles, because AJ Styles is one of the only niggas that came in and went straight to the league and ain't had the G League. Even Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn and Shinsuke Nakamura all went down to NXT first and got a chance to learn that style. So she's actually is being asked to do more than most people. I mean, AJ Styles, when he came in,
he was hella decorated
as one of the best wrestlers
ever.
Period.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I understand him going straight up, and her star power, whatever you call it, was built too big to go to NXT, but her wrestling skill set was not. So I think she probably should, like, it makes sense to give her a little bit more grace, because she's her third match really is she went in the ring with 3 world-class niggas.
So that's the third. So her I guess her 4th match is the Queen of the Ring shit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And she got who?
Piper
Nivens.
A pro, a vet,
Piper Mivens,
who I think has never been used correctly. She was fighting with a handicap ever since that Dewdrop shit, because they put her with Eva Marie. I think Piper Niven has never gotten a fair shake on that main roster.
I wasn't even tired.
Wait,
He said Eva Marie and I yawned. I don't know what happened.
Stop. It's they're both in the tournament. So it's Jade versus Piper Niven, and then it's Bianca against who? Chelsea Green.
Bianca is facing, let me just confirm, Candice LeRae.
That's this week? That's
on SmackDown. All right, the SmackDown King and Queen of the Ring matches for the King of the Ring first round. AJ Styles versus Randy Orton.
That's
Tama Tonga is going up against Angelo Dawkins. Dawkins is replacing Bobby Lashley, who's out with an injury.
Wait. Bobby is legit hurt?
Yeah, he cut himself shaving.
They announced what's the name? Nick Aldis announced on Twitter that because of some injury, Bobby Lashley's out. I don't know if it's like a Drew McIntyre situation or whatever, but if anything, I feel like Tama Tonga is going to be winning that.
So isn't Melo in this?
Not listed here, but I don't know if these are all the. I don't know. I'd have to look.
I know it's Tama Tonga. I know Tama Tonga was in there. And I thought, no, you know what? Melo isn't in that. I thought that would have been setting up something for Melo with Bobby in there.
Well, Bobby mentioned something on the bump. He said something about I thought a second round draft pick said something.
I like
and
that.
then Melo had Yeah. It was on the bump yesterday. And then Melo, he was on the Masked Man show with
Mello was.
Yeah, with Shoemaker and Kaz, and they asked him about. I don't remember what he said on there, but it
Said,
felt
at least
like
I didn't get chiseled.
it felt like they were building towards. So well, Mello was basically like, yo.
I'm sorry.
Mello was like, yo. Mello said, hey, they old and stuck in their ways. They're not ready for this. Basically, is what he was saying. But yeah.
So what's the? Do you?
I gotta pull up the full tournament.
That's what I was going to ask you. Do you
yeah.
have the full bracket, men and women?
Because there's only so many matches that are. Yeah, he is.
So while Cal is pulling the bracket up, right? This looks like a cake. This looked like it's Gunther's.
Yes.
This looked like it's being tailor made for him.
I hope. Yeah, I want to see. I want to see that
too.
Because.
But I think they're using Gunther to make
get who
the King of the Ring. Like
yes,
he could win it, but I think Gunther's doing the thing right where he gave up that Intercontinental jump, and now he makes this tournament feel bigger.
Yes.
Like he by himself, but then the fact that they're making these matches, because I'll be the first to admit I was wrong. I was mad because I wanted all the matches to be that night. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted it to be a tournament that night, but the way they're doing it over a few shows, they give each match. First of all the matches on these shows are having stakes is the best thing to happen to week.
Hell yeah.
And that's only after one show. But these match having stakes all night make the show way better. And then they're giving these folks time to have these bangers.
That's the whole show.
And these niggas are having bangers.
Okay, so y'all said Gunther is coming out. It's coming out the northwest.
Yeah, he just beat Sheamus' ass on Monday.
So is Jey Uso coming out the southwest?
It's Jey Uso versus Dragunov on Raw on Monday.
So the thing about wrestling is even with logic, you can somebody can get screwed. So even if somebody
I think Dragunov, I think not to cut you off, him. I'm sorry. I think Dragunov is going to beat Jay, and it's going to probably be some kind of interference because what better way to introduce Ilya Dragunov to the main roster than to have one of those good old Dragunov Gunther showdowns?
So it's Dragunov Gunther. You got them two. That's going to be a fucking barn burner.
Facts.
I kind of don't want to see Gunther Jay. I don't want to see it.
No, I don't think any of us do.
I don't think that's happening yet. But then the question is that because that SmackDown, you got AJ Styles and Orton, Corbin and Hayes, LA Knight and Santos Escobar, and it'll be Angelo Dawkins and Tama Tonga.
So is it Tama Tonga coming out the southeast?
He should not be losing anytime soon.
But like you said, he been feuding with Kevin Owens and Randy Orton or somebody. It could be very easy to get him screwed out of one of those matches.
And a loss to Orton or AJ Styles hurts no one. And there are also folks that and there are also folks that could take a loss as well. So either way, yeah. And I think like a Orton Gunther would be a great finals match.
So does Bobby Lashley cost Carmelo the match?
Probably.
I don't know because Lashley isn't supposed to be the bad guy here, is he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that don't make sense.
You think Melo's going all the way?
Melo can't cost Lashley the match because Lashley ain't in the tournament.
Right.
So he would have to have some reason to lose after, because Tonga's gonna trash Dawkins.
He gonna fuck Dawkins.
Absolutely.
He gonna fuck Dawkins up. Sorry,
but it's gonna be shenanigans though.
Hell yeah. Mm-hmm. It'll be all types of fuckery going on. I'm sorry.
Who do y'all have winning?
The tournament?
Yeah.
Gunther.
Oh yeah.
Gunther or whoever they're trying to make with, because they could make a nigga. If one of these young niggas get there late, then Baldhead Yoda got because they can always bring back Baldhead Yoda got put out Imperium to screw Gunther any
Vinci.
given round.
Oh yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
that would make sense. No, that makes sense.
So it's no way Melo wins this.
No,
It
I
may
don't
be
think
King of the Ring.
Yeah.
It
I
may
don't.
be
I
too
don't.
That's
think
what I
so.
was going. I was going to ask that next, Mills. What does the winner get outside of the gimmick?
I don't think there's anything specific tied to the win.
Outside
think-
of just the gimmick?
Which is
Yeah.
and so that question makes me think.
Do they get a world title match?
No, this makes me think Gunther is going to be the king, and it's going to make the king be something.
Yeah. And the
You know what I
king
mean?
gonna take that.
It's like adding a title without adding a title, if you understand what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Right.
And the king,
Well, because
might
that's what it
take
used
that
to
belt.
be.
The king might take that belt off of Damian Priest at Bash of Berlin. Possibly.
Huh. So
This doesn't-
King Gunther.
Because Damian Priest can't hold that belt long.
You know
I'm
who-
sorry.
You know who makes sense to take that belt off of him and is a world class nigga and one of the greatest hands on that roster, and it would make sense because they connected already. Is Finn.
Finn Balor.
Definitely Finn. But I think you take your time with that. Don't just do
It's
it.
been a year.
No. But that I think that needs to be like they have to have a series of matches. I wouldn't just, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't just do it. But Finn makes sense. Finn's one. They've got maybe 6 or 7 guys on that roster who could be doing nothing, and I would have no problem with them shooting that nigga to the moon because they're always going to get good matches and they're always going to get a good program. And Finn is one of them niggas. KO, Randy, all them type niggas.
AJ Styles.
AJ, yes, 100%.
AJ is one of those as well. Yeah. So yeah, we kind of flying through this stuff. There's there's not a lot of AEW stuff going on, but there was one conversation that I saw online that I wanted to ask y'all, and I feel like it's valid, but I also feel like it'll be a good
Finn to lose
conversation.
every week is crazy.
It's kind of what's been going on. It's kind of what's been going on. So Double or Nothing is going down at the same time, around the same time that King and Queen of the Ring tournament's going on.
Same day?
It's the next day, ain't it?
King and Queen of the Ring is the 25th. Yeah, I think Double or Nothing is the 26th. Double or Nothing 2024, which would be that Sunday. Yeah, May 26th.
And
They were
nigga
smart.
trying to Prince Puma.
They were smart as funny. One of the first matches that was booked for it may have been the first match that was booked for that show.
That's Memorial Day weekend.
It should be, yeah.
Yeah.
It usually
I
is,
ain't
yeah.
watching this shit.
You may have to though. I should say I don't want to say it like that. Actually, I don't want to say it like that, but it's the one of the first matches that was booked was Willow Nightingale defended that TBS title against Mercedes Moné.
Yeah,
And
I watched that one.
the one conversation I saw on Twitter today was people wondering if that match should main event the show. It's not typical. I'll say this, DDM. It's not typical. Normally, AEW are sticklers for like a hierarchy of titles, and at the end of the night, that world title is going to be the one. So I don't know if this is marquee enough title wise, but two things. One, Tony Khan is the guy that booked Willow Nightingale and Athena to main event an ROH pay-per-view last summer. And two, it's Mercedes Moné. I mean, do you think that Tony Khan is even considering putting this match on in the main event at Double or Nothing?
With a secondary title.
Swerve and Christian is on the show. Will more than likely be
not a main event match.
Swerve versus Christian.
It's not.
That's the question.
You know what that match is? In in reality, that match is an amazing first match.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. It's Moose jumping in the trash can.
Who?
Wait, is that still here?
Looking for that spear. Oh, caught the trash can.
It happened.
Oh man.
Yeah, well,
So Willow is losing.
FYI, guys. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah.
she's losing.
That's the whack shit.
They've been building it.
Her loss?
They've been building Mercedes Moné doing so. People are talking this promo up that she did last night. It's been the same stuff.
No shade. I was not impressed
I'm gonna tell
by
you,
the promo or the wig.
Willow is a good guy, right? And she is as
Hold on,
white
who?
meat paws, baby face as they can get. She is. I like milk. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like she's that, right?
She fucks with milk.
Those champions or those kind of good guys are always better chasing.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So
Nigga, she just won the title.
So double
So
or nothing. Booyah. That's it.
No, that's a bad wig.
Terrible wig. It's just sitting on her head. That's literally fresh out the pack, shake and put it on.
Didn't do nothing to it.
It's convenient. You know what I mean? She get off.
You know what? She looks like
she put that wig in her back pocket. She gone on to the store.
You know what? And I don't want to beat her down, but in this still right here, she looks like a 80s villain on Jim and the Holograms. She looks like a 80s villain in like a Miami cartoon or something.
Shit.
No shade, that wig
Big
makes
shade.
her look older than what she actually is. That dress makes her look older. This look
worse than the wig.
is not working. It's not working.
You know what's worse than the wig? That $sign chain. I always think
Yes.
that $sign chain is Party City. Like it's Party City. You know what I mean?
It's
like
giving,
the
giving Halloween costume.
next to like the Ron Burgundy costume. Like, you know what I mean? Like right next to, you know what I mean?
Damn.
FYI, ladies and gentlemen, if Willow goes to WWE, she ain't getting no play.
It's tough. What do they do with they
her where she is at the top of the card getting good money.
When you mention a Piper Niven, I feel like that right now, if they don't know what to do with Piper Niven, I don't know what they're gonna do with a Willow Nightingale.
Did Piper Niven have a big following?
She was really
big.
I wouldn't say big following, but she
a following. Did she have a following?
She has a following. There's a lot of people that rock.
I mean, when they fucked up that because the dewdrop shit was whack. When they introduced her, what was she looking like?
That was terrible. I felt so bad for her.
Yeah, I did as well. Just the pairing with Eva Marie was ass.
I'm like I said, people were vocally pissed about the dewdrop shit. But I think you had to have seen Piper Niven wrestle. And I don't know how many people were familiar with her when she debuted.
I think her personality on screen and her look gives her a different type of edge than what Piper has. I think that she would be I'm not going to say I have to respectfully disagree. I don't think she would just be lost. But I think she would be handled differently than Piper is handled, respectfully. But she definitely losing a double or nothing. That's just the reality.
God damn.
Mercedes is using the same gimmick, and unfortunately, that gimmick requires a certain production level that AEW is not providing to her. Well, in this arena, she should have came back with her natural hair or a natural color. She should have been giving you fly bitch and labels. You know, you got that big contract. Let me see some Fendi. Let me see some Chanel. That's the evolution of a boss bitch. Not still wearing that same colored hair with, Amazon jewelry on. That is not what it needs to give. It's giving Toyota Monget. The bottom line. That's a Toyota right there. That is not a Mercedes for that screen.
So what? So does the in does the in ring change any of that?
If Mercedes comes out there and she delivers an excellent match, we expect that, Mercedes. Thanks for doing your job. Tony Khan paid you a lot of money to do that. That's
Right.
to be expected. What we want to see is the evolution of the overall package.
That's including mic work.
Mic work, no progression, no growth. Visual.
Sorry.
It's the same visual from WWE, but now it looks so outlandish in these other promotions because they don't have the platform or the presentation to make that presentation that you're providing look believable.
She ain't never going on this show now.
I mean, that's fine. I feel like this. I'm gonna be honest.
I'll leave for 5 minutes.
I'm gonna be honest.
I know what he was saying.
I'm gonna be honest. You know, with these wrestlers, it's wild to me because as a rapper, as a musician, we have to talk to people all the time who critique our work. You still got to go do Breakfast Club, even though they might have said that shit was wet. You still had to go see K Slay, even though that shit might have been wet.
Right.
Wrestlers, I don't understand this whole thing, and maybe it's because I'm new to this space. I don't understand this whole thing of if you give me valid critique, then I don't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? I think that that's crazy. And then when y'all on GoFundMe and Twitter begging people to oh my God, you're crying over your release and shit, you should have took the fucking note. We're not saying this for no reason.
I think a lot of it be the companies and not necessarily the specific performers. But then certain performers also feel like we just niggas in that basement.
Right.
Right.
Literally.
And that's fine. But you make 80,000. Niggas that work in the fire department make 80,000. Humble yourself.
Jesus.
You just on TV.
Right. I mean, it is what it is, man. It's a fine line because it's a fine line between niggas that have gone somewhere and put in work that's already respected. You know what I'm saying? And that's what really isn't discussed in what it is that we do, especially the niche that we're in. That work hasn't been put in by a lot of people already, right? So these you know, you building an audience, and then you're also building a portfolio of work to validate your voice. So it's like there also haven't been this many Black pro wrestlers. So the combination of them being validated by us, and you know, for being in something that was built for white dudes, and us being a support platform for those folks, they have to be like, well, you ain't Dave Meltzer, and then but you be like, well, man, Dave Meltzer ain't never gave niggas respect they supposed to get.
Dave Meltzer don't know what a Q dog is.
Ever.
Nah, he thought it was a cute dog.
But
look at that pooch.
Sam, and I'm enjoying this conversation because I don't want to be the firecracker and the person that's like, you know, you ain't shit, because that's not really my perspective. But being a person who, and I know it's hard being a Black creative in any space, right?
Facts.
But I also have close friends from all different nationalities. And I'm going to tell you something. My Indian friends who go to Hopkins, their people, they don't give a fuck if they work in a corner store. If the shit ain't hitting and they give them that critique, they like, oh man, fuck it. It's like, I don't mind supporting you, But as I'm not helping you, if I'm just blindly supporting you and not saying, because guess what? You're gonna say I ain't shit because I ain't Dave Meltzer, but then when your ass get released and Dave Meltzer reading you for fucking filth, you want to come sit on the Black Rasslin Podcast and have an interview.
Like, comments.
You're gonna want me to buy your merch at the indie show. I'm saying this because I love you, because I appreciate what you do. But support does not mean pacification.
Facts.
It means helping you elevate. And no, I am in my house. I'm, mind you, in my apartment with all stainless steel appliances in Federal Hill, one of the most posh communities in Baltimore City. And I live by myself. No roommates. Me, myself,
Hey man,
and I.
what's wrong with roommates?
I'm talking about the wrestlers. No roommates. When I go to the Royal Rumble, I ain't even on the show. I'm in my own room. And I'm at a 3.5 or 4 star.
I love it.
And I ain't even in the show. I ain't loaded up in Spring Hill Suites with 3 other niggas.
All right.
On that note.
Hey, what's wrong with sometimes you got niggas with it on the ground before, you know what I mean?
You gotta let them know. Sometimes you just gotta let them know. Couple of quick notes.
Wait. Who?
That's wild.
Who are you? Who is y'all?
Who is y'all? That is a great question.
Y'all?
Let's be honest, y'all don't fuck with these black wrestlers because they're
Who
not
is
with
y'all?
WWE. Yeah, what wrestlers are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's my first question.
Yeah, I would love an answer to that.
No,
just because
we're gonna wait for this one.
No, all right. That's because the conversation around that question is the numerous folks that have been on this exact platform without a deal and hadn't been at WWE. You know what I'm saying?
No, name the wrestlers, Eddie James.
See, all right, so Eddie, you tripping. Let's keep it a buck, Ed. You tripping because you make now. Listen, there. If you're new to this, just do the knowledge.
If you knew, do your due diligence.
Do the knowledge. Go back and look at how many. And we had Dean on a couple of weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? But
who else was reviewing the Ashe Cosmos show?
This what I'm saying. Let's not because I won't. The one thing I will never ever tolerate is niggas coming after our validity. Let me explain to you, homeboy, that 90% of these niggas that y'all know, that a great deal of folks know, is because of this destination. You know what I'm saying? Some of the folks that's going to these destinations, the WWE, AEW, MLW, we've been on for years. Now, there are specifically two folks, that we had an issue with and said XYZ element OP, but for the most part, we are for the black people. You know what I'm saying? I love to talk to black people because I want more black wrestling on my TV. So yeah, Ed, you tripping, brother. You know what I'm saying?
We had Willow like a year and change before she went to AEW.
You know what I'm saying?
Before y'all knew who Willow was.
I just got here and had on a Jada Stone t-shirt because I went to the show, niece. I went to the indie show. And I bought the t-shirt and I wore it on here before Bailey was talking about her wearing the t-shirt. Eddie.
100%.
Eddie.
A couple of quick pieces of news, just so people know. Don't worry.
No, nigga turned up the whole podcast.
WWE Monday Night Raw will be staying on the USA Network. He miscalculated. WWE Monday Night Raw will be staying on the USA Network for the rest of the year.
Nigga here now.
Yo, keep it a bill.
Jerry Lawler says he's done with WWE.
Well, they didn't resign that nigga. WWE was done with him.
But the quote he said was that it's probably ended.
they didn't resign him for
Yeah, he didn't
the
resign.
announcing piece.
Well, because he's still but that's key though, right? Because he was a regular fill-in for like the pre-shows and whatnot. They said, "Damn that! This is new era talk. This is new era talk." At a certain point, they say, "Look, they really chill out on Eddie.
No.
Brother Fam. What I'm saying is, Brother Fam spoke. This ain't Kendrick Lamar dropping the damn song after Family Matters dropped. Like,
no, but you got to understand that everybody here, Mimi who is not here, shows love to the black professional wrestler. We show that's the first thing we do, regardless of where they work.
We talk a lot of WWE.
We show everybody love. So
but we talk
come in
everybody.
here and say that shit is absolute. That's a smack in the face, my nigga.
Shit with Cal Winslow was crazy. Didn't he have
on TV? Yeah, he had it on TV.
He got super kicked in the heart, and then he had a heart attack. Right? Is that what happened?
No, I thought that was after. Wasn't they playing on that after?
Oh, that was but he legit had a heart attack on the show.
That night.
And then they played it up. So Shawn Michaels super kicked him, and it's
Dolph Ziggler.
That's pro wrestling. But so he's probably not going to be. But he's like a slew because like what Gable Steveson is not.
Oh, they screwed him because he could have made the Olympics.
Yeah,
that was a thing, right? It was whatever time that they let him know he was out of contention.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Jesus.
He'll be ready for World Championships next year. He'll be fine.
And I do want to say before we get the hell out of here,
we ain't moving on, right?
There was the Tonga twins, and I don't think they've specifically mentioned what happened, but the Tonga twins recently left Women of Wrestling, but they said they spoke up.
They said F-wow, didn't they?
Yeah, they said F-wow, and they said they got let go because they spoke up, but I don't know like what the actual situation, like whatever they spoke up on, whatever happened over there, I don't know if that's been made public yet, but they said they're going to be talking about it soon. And y'all, it's creepy. Y'all creeps got to chill out. I don't care what a woman looks like at these shows. Y'all ain't got to be on. They said Sky Blue was at the Ring of Honor tape, and there's somebody in the front row just talking about this. And like, I understand that you think somebody look a certain way, but y'all gotta, y'all don't know how to be regular people outside.
Be respectful.
Y'all paid to get into a show to be a creep and get thrown out.
So, with the talk of this, I saw some things like on the timeline I ain't like. Listen, ladies specifically, y'all ain't seen me. You ain't spoke to me a time in your life. Maybe we had a awkward or bad interaction. If you're in a show and some nigga some man makes you feel uncomfortable or unsafe, you come get anybody you see.
Facts. Say something.
If we in that building, period. I don't care. Like, just
because it don't make sense.
Nah, that ain't cool.
It don't make sense at all. And this ain't even the first time with her.
But and I've seen like women were telling their stories around these crowds. So that, of course, that particular story is wild.
Right. Especially when other women are really saying, "Hey, I've seen this shit happen before. This is that's not even a half of it." That shit is disgusting. Y'all really need to check yourself.
Like, why are they doing it? I'm like, I don't even like. God, leave these girls alone. Like,
facts. Get some relationships and learn how to deal with women. That's all. We here for the wrestling. We here for y'all nonsense. And if you here for the wrestling, now you can't see the show because your ass got kicked out. Pervert ass niggas. Anyway, I think that's enough show.
Hey, Vegas Mania, yo.
That is damn. They said, hey, Cal
is ready.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, he's either gonna be drinking from now until then, or he ain't drinking from now until then.
Body is ready.
I am ready. I'm ready for that Vegas moment. I'm ready for I need something that light up for my outfit for night one.
Really?
I didn't know what you was ready to say, nigga. And he got hit with the goddamn.
I didn't know where this nigga was
I didn't know where we was going. Yeah.
And it's 420 and it's Cuz birthday. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on.
Viva Las Vegas.
Yeah,
Hey, listen, if I make it after night one of WrestleMania, niggas definitely, listen, boy. Yeah.
So, fuck it. End of the show. There's only one question we got to ask. Where the hell is the DDM? You got a Black Rass of the week? Going to jail is crazy.
My Black Wrestler of the week. My Black Wrestler of the week goes without saying. You know she is my bitch. It goes without saying. It's gotta be one girl. It goes without saying. Yaki number one. When she kick her braid out, you know these bitches done. Say like no. It's Bianca. Yeah.
I don't have
Mother
a
B.
picture of her,
Mother B.
there
Mother
you
B.
Yo.
My good Seth.
What?
Brother fam.
Con.
There you
No-
go.
No need.
Ooh, that's a great selection. Peace to Khan. Shoot. Hell, shouts to Brian Cage. Brother Mav.
Nah, shit, Kyle said it.
That's that. I 100% enjoy.
Yeah, do your Googles. What's my man name? Eddie James.
Eddie, yeah.
Hey, if you guys get a chance, my homegirl, Lola, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lovely. If y'all check her timeline, I think the con is on her timeline. And it's a cool little video there. Go check it out.
I don't know if I saw that.
Right, we got 3 lawyers. We good.
We good. Yeah, we good. Peace to Greg. Peace of the team.
All right, I'm gonna be honest. We got 2.5 lawyers Mania weekend. I mean, we be seeing Greg, but
yeah, he may be in the wind.
That's true.
My Black Rass of the week is gotta be.
Welcome back.
Yeah, it's another week in a row. It's Wesley. I didn't realize that he was wrestling. Like, I knew he returned, but when they said, oh, he's wrestling Josh Briggs, and Josh Briggs' whole moveset is going to be backbreakers, the knees to the back and all this shit. But Wes doing the damn thing. Obafemi was watching.
Mm-hmm. Hey, if you ain't going to trust your body, you shouldn't come back. So shout out to him for coming back and jumping right to the fire. That's how you are supposed to come back.
And it was a quick, I think they said that it's supposed to be like an 8-month, 9-month recovery. And he was back in 5. And he's moving.
It don't look bad. Yeah, it looked great. So
shouts to Wesley. That's our show for this week. Mm-hmm. But before we get out of here,
shout out to I for 2.
Shouts out to
shout out to I.
What was it? It was Tangaloa.
Yeah.
Somebody said nigga shade was good.
Nigga shade. That was a good match.
He had a good promo afterward too.
Mm-hmm. I was kind of surprised. I thought because at this point they know that the WWE Speed Championship is his. I was surprised he wasn't able to like walk out. They were talking about him being a champion. Have him walk out there with that shit. Put it on the screen. Show it to him.
I like that belt design a lot.
It is.
I ain't see it. Show it to him.
I got to find a good image of it. I keep finding that one image him holding it like this, and it's not a. It's kind of whatever.
Say ain't nobody touching BRP in Vegas.
They better not.
That's anywhere, but shit.
It's giving bright lights and full-fledged.
Pause.
Actually, one second.
Oh.
I wanted to shout out one. I don't know if Malik is watching right now, but before the show, Malik dropped some comments. I'm gonna just share them right now. He said, "Hey, you guys, I'm a new subscriber. I came across your channel yesterday, and I've been seeing this comments like this a lot." He said the video I came across was titled "Trick Williams: The Last Legend Kiss." I fell in love with you guys' channel and decided to subscribe. So I've actually not watched wrestling since I was a kid. You see these Trick and Lash together. It really got me back into wrestling. It's very rare that you see this type of entertainment. Normally you see the black man with a white woman, the black man with the white man. Honestly, NXT is really the only choice, only one I watch because I feel like they're bringing us something different to the culture. It's not the same blue-eyed and blonde hair powder couples being pushed. I am 100% behind seeing two gorgeous melanated people unite as a real-life power couple about to dominate. Shouts out to Malik Cooper. It was cool, and that was before. That was like an hour before.
Shout out to Malik.
Come
Good
on,
to see.
Malik.
DDM, where can the people find you on them social medias, please?
Hey yo.
Shouts to Vin. I know that's a Vin special. I see a Vin special.
That's a Vin special.
That's 100%.
Yo, throw that up there.
I finally got a gem.
Yo.
Yes.
Bullshit.
Yes.
I'm
Yo,
sorry.
you gotta run that again. Run that again.
Yes.
Outstanding.
DDM, where can the people find you? I'm sorry.
Oh my God. As always, you can find me on all social media platforms at Dapper Dan Midas. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Secretary of Shade, where we talk pop culture and politics as well.
Brother fam.
Hey man, it will finish 7-9 on everything, but just remember, man, if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, we love wrestling. R.I.P. Trey.
R.I.P. Trey, for real. Brother Mav.
Don't follow me.
At Cal on Twitter. At Black Rasslin on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. BlackRasslin.com is a website, and as always, you can find Black Rasslin on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Just Google your favorite podcast. We should be there. YouTube.com/Black Rasslin. Make sure you're subscribing, liking, sharing the videos. Drop your comments, and I love to see them. Especially, it's been dope seeing people who just discovered the channel, just now seeing real motherfuckers talk wrestling. Hey, I'm glad you're here. Thank you.
Wow, yo.
Patreon.com/Black Rasslin. You can pay that 1. You can pay that 10 and get content like this, but it won't get us kicked off the YouTube. Appreciate y'all for that. That's it. Peace to Mimi. Oh, Mimi dropped 2 articles on the site this week. One is about Bianca and Jade winning the title with some shouts out to Naomi as well as an article about the Kendrick and Drake beef and why it kind of feel like the Bret Hart Shawn Michaels situation. So after this, blackwrestling.com, go check those out. Or if you're not that Chris Brown, go to the beginning of this recording and go watch us talk about Drake and Kendrick for 50 minutes or so. I think that's it.
You'll hear about that subject.
Run that hole.
All facts. We are out. I'm going to bed. We will talk to y'all next week. New Jack, please take us out.
Like me or not, I didn't come up here to be liked. I came